Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amari J, and today I am back with a new video. Okay, so today's video is going to be all about the basics of pre-nursing, or what exactly is pre-nursing. I know, like, when I was in high school and looking for the different majors that I wanted to pursue, I wasn't really sure what it meant to be pre-nursing or pre-PT or pre-med or pre-anything. Like, I was thinking it was just a major in itself, and it's like I just had no clue how it all worked out. And so I'm sure there's some of you out there that are wondering the same things, and I just want to go ahead and make it more clear. I don't think there might be some videos on YouTube already about this, but I just wanted to be a resource for you all if you were confused. So without further ado, make sure you guys thumbs this video up and subscribe down below, and we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to make known is that pre-nursing is not a major, it's more of a track. So you can't say, like, you can't spend 4 years in college and say I graduated with a bachelor's of science in pre-nursing. Like, that makes no sense. So it's more of a track that you follow to be able to set you up to be able to apply to those either post-grad programs or the specific program that you're trying to get into. So, like, for instance, for my school, pre-nursing, well, they say nurse pending on your transcript until you get into the program. So kind of like if you're like a theater major, how you have to apply to the school and you have to audition to get into a program, you have to apply to the school and then apply to the program. So it's a selective program. Therefore, just applying to the school and getting accepted in itself is not going to make you a nursing major or anything of the sort. So you spend your first 2 years as a pre-nursing or nurse pending major, and you get all your prerequisites done, and you kind of make sure that this is what you want to do. And so it's a track to get you to where you want to be, basically. With pre-nursing, you take those first 2 years and get all of your prereqs done for the program that you are applying to. Now, some students, they decide that they want to spend their first 2 years at a community college and get those prerequisites done and complete for a cheaper price, or even close at home so they don't have to pay for housing, which is a very, very smart idea. Some I know get it done before they even graduate high school through dual enrollment credits, which is also very smart because that's all free. So it really is up to the person and financially what you can and can't do. For me, like I said, my first year I was not a nursing, I wasn't thinking about going into nursing, so for me that wasn't the case. But had I had picked that route, I probably would have stayed home and just finished up and got my prereqs done and then transferred to a university where I can get my bachelor's of science in nursing. So instead of applying to the school as a pre-nursing major, I would just be applying to the school as a nursing major to get into the program of my choice. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I described that in a way that made sense. If you still have questions about it, go ahead and comment them down below, and I'm very quick about responding, but I think that made sense. So yeah. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what are the requisites. What do you need to finish in order to get into your nursing program? Now, every nursing program is slightly different, but for the majority, that these are the main, I think you want to say these are like 6 or 7 classes that most nursing programs expect you to have completed before you apply. And that's going to be Anatomy and Physiology 1, or at my school it's just Anatomy, or Anatomy and Physiology 2, or at my school is just Physiology. You have to complete Human Development across the lifespan, which is like a higher level psychology class. You have to complete a statistics class if you want to get into a bachelor's of science program. Most ASN programs don't require that you have a statistics class, but if you want to get into a bachelor's program, most require it, because for grad school you need to have a statistics course. So you want to make sure you take statistics. For my school, it doesn't have to be a high level stat, you just have to take a stat course. You also need to make sure you take a psychology or sociology class, just the basic level. You need to make sure that you take nutrition, which is very important. My school requires nutrition with diet therapy. Some programs may not, but you have to make sure that you are taking the right course for the program that you want to be in. You have to have your gen eds out of the way, which is your basic English, college algebra, biology, chemistry. Some require chemistry and some don't. For my school, they do recommend chemistry, but you don't have to take it. You just have to have a science. And then I believe, oh, the last one I think is microbiology. Microbiology has to be completed for most programs. I understand the importance of it. However, it was probably my least favorite prerequisite. I actually took microbiology 2 times, but we'll get into that in another video. But yes, microbiology needs to be completed for my program, and I think most others, you have to have the health professional microbiology, because there's 2 different kinds, and the health professional one kind of goes more into detail about diseases and the different bacteria that causes sicknesses in people. And so that way it's a little bit more focused on where you're trying to go. I believe I hit most, if not all, of the prerequisites that I was required to take. I may be missing one, but I can't think of it right now. Then we'll go into more detail about me personally in another video. I'll talk about my stats, what I scored, my grades, my GPA, and all of that stuff. Once I get into a program, I'm gonna share that with you all so you guys can kind of gauge, because I feel like my story is kind of different than others, okay? So the next thing I want to touch on for this video are direct entry programs. Now, I wish I could go back in time, and I wish that nursing was something that I was looking into my senior year of high school, because I would have literally applied to all of the direct entry programs. Like, when I tell you any state, every state, I would apply to all of them, because they are just so, like, clutch. So I do know someone personally that got into a direct entry program out of high school, and what that is when you're a freshman in college or a senior in high school, you're applying into college as a nursing major, and you don't have to take a TEAS test or a HESI, and you just go in and you're a nursing major from the beginning. And so you have that stress taken off of you from having to be there 2 years taking your prereqs and doing all of this to get into a program. You're in the program. As long as you maintain the GPA and the requirements of that program, you are a nursing major from the moment you step on campus. And so that is really, really beneficial, and something that most schools are starting to implement on their campuses. And so if you are a senior in high school and you know for a shadow of a doubt nursing is something that you want to do, look into direct entry programs, okay? You won't regret it. You get to start on like your clinicals and your nursing core classes way sooner than other people do, and you still graduate in 4 years. So I definitely would look into it, and it's very beneficial. Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on in this video is going to be about the length of time between an ADN program and a BSN program. So for ADN programs, they're usually about 2 years, and BSN programs are usually about 4 years. But the way that sounds is like, whoa. But when you think about it, you're a pre-nursing major for 2, so your other 2 is just getting your bachelor's degree, if that makes sense, in that sense. So, yeah, there's so many different routes to go nowadays. There's concurrent programs where you're taking your ASN classes and your BSN classes at the same exact time, and you might graduate like a semester later, but it's way quicker than doing a bridge program or getting your ASN and then going back later for your BSN. Like, you just get it done. And that's another thing you should look into, is what schools offer you concurrent programs to be able to get your ASN and your RN license while you're also getting your bachelor's degree at the same time. So yeah, I would definitely just weigh the pros and cons and decide that way about what would work best for you. I hope this video helped you guys, and if you have any other questions, leave them down below, please. If you have any video requests, leave them down below. I can talk about how I studied for my prereqs and all that kind of stuff. Just let me know what you want to see. I do have a new Instagram I created for nursing related things. It's called I Am Nurse Mari, and I will put that down below, as well as my personal Instagram and other things. You guys just check out the bio, okay? And I hope this helped, and I will see you all next time. Bye.